Hey guys, this is my kill of the Elder Boss, where I talk people through how to kill the Elder Boss with practically no gear on and only a level 1 bronze axe. As we're heading up to the platform here, I am going to start summoning the boss. And here we start the fight. As you can see, I take note of where the boss is. Where you can see where he's being summoned when you start the combat, and you can get a lot of hits in on him as he rises up to fight you. Basically, I took about 7% life off him before he even got to hit back. So real good. And my basic strategy here was that I was just going to block and hit for a few times. But the first time didn't really go as I planned, so I backed off, and I was starting to regenerate my life as I don't have any potions at all, and my armor isn't that well upgraded. I'm backing off to slowly recuperate my life and to really make sure that I can take the hits in a few rounds. As you can see here, I go up to him and I put up my shield, and then I hit him a few times, and he summons the roots again. The roots you really have to be careful with. They hit really hard and they can hit you from behind, and they can also increase your block meter, which means that you basically can't block. So it's really dangerous to stand too close to too many roots coming up the ground. And I was just trying to see if I should eat some food there. But as you can see, I basically just let him attack once, then attack him 3 times, and again. And this is basically the idea that you want to go with. I am wearing very poor armor right now. I've only upgraded my troll armor once on each slot, and I'm not wearing a cloak, as you can see, as so little armor coming out of that. Basically, it's a very cheap build and very easy to do. When you're at range from the Elder Boss, he'll start doing the shoot projectiles against you, but he won't do it if you're close to him. And he summons roots again. You can see I'm trying to get a little away, and but basically this boss is about having patience, and he really has a lot of life, for my gear especially, since you can see my bronze axe is only level 1, and it's kind of like you just have to keep chopping. You could upgrade your gear to be much better than this, but it's not necessary. And because the elder boss here, he can't get out of his roots, so he starts shooting at me. That's also something that that can happen. Really, the only dangerous part of this boss if you get hit with a lot of those flying projectiles that he does. And I move up to him again and start hitting him. And one of the reasons I'm using a skeleton shield is, one, it's very cheap to make, And two, it's very, very cheap to upgrade, and it can block a lot of armor at that stage in the game. So basically, it's a cheap and affordable option that that really helps you with reaching that armor that you have to, because if you penetrate your armor, all of your armor, he will stun you when he hits you. And if that happens, well, that's kind of a death blow for you. So you really need to be able to block all of the hits, or at least as much as possible of it, to not get stunned, to not get overwhelmed. And as you can see here, Grey Dwarf is running around, but I don't care because basically he deals no damage. When you have something like a Grey Dwarf, if he comes into my field of view, I will kill him, of course. But it's not like I'm like the main focus of the fight is the Elder Boss. So just keep him in mind and block his attacks, and you won't have any trouble. And you can see here I'm blocking, and this is basically a mistake, because like blocking the Great Dwarf maybe fills the block meter too much. As you can see, my block meter is almost completely topped off every time, or it is topped off every time that he hits me. So if a Grey Dwarf comes in and hits me a few times before, well, that could be problematic. He could actually stun me and deliver the damage, like the full damage of the blow. And we're almost done with the fight here, and he is stomping on me. It's much better to just really block. It's way more important to block the damage than actually deal the damage. And as you can see here, that is how I killed the Elder Boss.